You want to get good at it, you need to do it every single day. If I look at my life right now, because I've built a 7-figure business, in my opinion, I've damn near mastered, some people call me master, I wouldn't say master, but I've quote unquote mastered cold approach, I guess going up to women, dating, creating attraction, posting content consistently, blowing up a brand online, 500,000 plus subscribers on my main channel, almost 1 million on my Instagram. I've gotten really good at certain skill sets that I was not good at in my 20s, right? I always wanted to be good at YouTube. I made a YouTube channel in 2013, failed, gave it up after about 15 videos. I always wanted to be good with approaching women. Literally, like I was just talking to my girlfriend about this. I was 10 years old watching VH1's The Pickup Artist. I watched that at 10 years old. I always thought it was cool. I always wanted to be good with it. I never did it, right? I always wanted to be good with YouTube. I never was able to like really commit to the whole thing. I always wanted to be jacked. I always wanted a lot of different things, money, women, business, content, all of these different things. And I struggled with a lot of it. I've really procrastinated with these things for a really long time in my life. And so I want to talk about one of the most important concepts that you need to really embed into your brain. A lot of guys don't want to accept this either. A lot of guys are very resistant to accepting this thing. In particular with cold approach too. Cold approach and posting content are the two that this mostly applies to, but it's applicable with just hitting your wake up time, with stopping the vices, like whatever the thing is. But it's the idea that if you want to get good at the thing, man, whatever it may be, you got to commit to doing it every single day, period. You want to build up the skill set, you got to do it every single day. Do you need to do it every day till you die? No. But if you want to get good at it, you got to do it every single day. If you get to a certain point and then, okay, I'm there, I put in the time, which is not a week, by the way, but like you really put in the time long term and you have the skill set, okay, you could probably dial it back a little bit at that point. But man, like to get good at this shit, it's easier. It's actually easier to do it every single day. Let me explain, because I was just talking to a client and he's been trying to do cold approach for a while. He will go out on Wednesdays and he'll go out on Saturdays and he'll do some approaching, right? And we'll even help him. We coach him, we have him going out. He's making progress compared to what he was doing before. But I had to sit down with him one-on-one recently because there was a lack of a progression as of recent. And I was talking to him about what's going on. And at that point I mentioned to him, I was like, listen, man, this might not be what you want to hear, but I think considering where you're at right now, it makes sense, and your schedule and everything. And like, I think you need to switch your mindset up around this, which is you doing this 2 days a week is actually, believe it or not, it's actually more difficult than if you just did it every day. Because the days that he was going out to go do his social interaction, he would save it till the afternoon or the evenings on those days. And the moment he woke up on that day, there would be this anxiety hovering over him about how he has to do this uncomfortable action later on in the day, and it's really gonna suck, and he's not looking forward to it. And he kept thinking about it as he's going through his work day. And then even on the weekend, he said he couldn't even enjoy his Saturday because he's just thinking about that later on. He's got to go do this thing. And it was eating away at him. And then when he was out, he'd be in his head. And if the session didn't go well, then it really ruined the rest of his day. And I sat there and I talked to him about it. And I said, dude, I was in the same position. I was in the same exact position, man. You know when it actually no longer became like that? When I committed to doing it every single day and really just blasted it 30 days in a row. By the time I did it 30 days in a row, I wasn't thinking about it. I was on autopilot at that point, man. After about 21 days, I was on autopilot. That was the first time I made an approach outside of my session. Like I committed to doing it 100 days in a row, but every single day I would block out 30 to 60 minutes to walk around Miami. It was when I first moved to Miami. It was a little over a year now at this point. I told myself, this is the first time I'm like in an environment where I'm gonna be here for like a year straight, and I have an amazing opportunity. And before that, I was pretty much just going out doing night game in New Jersey and New York, Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. Occasionally, we would do a little bit of day game in New York, but just not really consistent with this. So I told myself, I'm committing to doing this every single day. And we're gonna film all of it. A lot of the content you see on my main channel that you'll see is infield from, we just went out 100 days in a row and filmed it, right? And so by day 21, it wasn't hard to do anymore. Not only was it not hard to do, I was doing it outside of my planned session. I was going out of my way to do it, right? Same thing with filming content. I used to dread filming the content. It wasn't until I really committed, like I was always good at it, but it was always kind of in the back of my mind, like I didn't really want to do it, this and that. And then about a year ago, I hired another mentor and he showed me this structure, and it entailed me posting every day. And that was the first time I started posting every day. Before that, I would just kind of post when I was in the mood to post. And so I started posting every day. You know what I found is that by like day 3, day 4, day 5 of me doing it consistently, dude, I started to build massive momentum. Because like, if you have a day where you don't do it, you lose momentum on the thing, and then another day goes by and you lose momentum, and then another day goes by and you lose momentum, and then the 4th day you do a lot of that thing, and so you're here. And then another day goes by and you don't do it, so you lose momentum, and you lose momentum, and then you lose momentum, and then you do it and you go here, and yeah, you're going up a little bit, but just think if you never had those downstrokes, like what if it was just here? Maybe it wasn't as big of a jump, but let's just say it was like here, and then 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 here. You would never feel these negatives. There would never be this pressure if am I gonna have a great day or not. It just becomes every single day. And then every approach or every piece of content you film, it's not a big deal. Who cares if I have great lighting today? Who cares if I get rejected today? Who cares if whatever the fuck the thing is, man? You know why? Because it's happening every single day. So before you know it, that one's over and you're on to the next one. And then the next day happens and you're on to the next one. And so you're never caught up on any one day, and you have so much momentum building. You really lose momentum by letting a day go by and not doing the thing, right? And even right now, like full transparency, in my business right now, I am not filming these videos every single day. There was a point in my journey where I would film the raw video every single day. And then recently I've been batching the content, right? So I'll try to do, like, this is the 5th video I've done today. Literally 5th video I've done in the last like hour and a half. Now I'm just on fire. When I started, I didn't want to do anything. But 3, 4, 5 videos in, this shit's just flowing now. It's easy to do at this point, right? And so I've been batching the content because I want to take, there's just a lot of things going on in my business, and I want to have hyper focus on team management and building up my sales team and my coaches and my client journey and the fulfillment. There's a lot of other things that are going on, so I'm just dedicating 2 full days to content right now. And I may switch that up at some point, but I could tell you that there are days where I almost don't even film the content because I'm so out of momentum from doing it. Now, I've developed enough discipline over the years to commit to doing it regardless, and so that's like today, you know, even though I wasn't feeling like doing it, I'm gonna fucking do it anyway. But I could tell you that when I do it every day, it's a lot easier. And I get a lot more creative with it sometimes. Because there'll just be a random idea that comes up and I'm already in the flow. And so it's easy to just keep going with the momentum. With cold approach, with social skills, it is easier to do it every day than to do it twice a week, than to do it 3 times a week. Doing it 3 times a week is easier than twice a week. Doing it 4 times a week is easier than 3 times. Doing it 5 times is easier. Doing it 6 times is easier. Doing it 7 times is the easiest because there's no days off. You just roll with it, bro. And no one day means anything. So whether it's with content, whether it's with hitting the gym, whether it's with hitting your wake up time, whatever the thing is, I promise you it's easier. You're afraid to do that right now because you're not used to doing it, and it's a really uncomfortable thing because you do it very sparingly. Understand that if you could actually just make a decision to commit, I'm gonna do this every day, it becomes easier over time. If that's what you want in your own life, to actually get ahead with social skills, women, dating, business, whatever it is, I'd love to help you make that transformation. All right, click the links down below, check out the brand new coaching programs I got going on for 2025. That's all for this video, guys.